Believers, I was watching this video of Near here. He's a British believer. I had an interview with him a while back online on YouTube during a live stream. I'll look for the link and I'll put it below this video. Please subscribe to Near here. He has some very good teachings and sometimes he makes references to my videos also. Near here, if you're watching this, thank you for all your effort. The Heavenly Father will reward you greatly for it. Now, what is this? This is a deck of cards I've laid out. It's from this deck over here. In another video, I've explained how society works at the hand of a deck of cards. The video is called Society Explained by Cards. Now, the way I organize these cards is a bit controversial, but bear with me. I'll explain why I did this. Below, at the bottom, you have the royalty, the ruling class. Well, let's call them royalty for now. You have the jacks, they're from noble descent. Noble households are households that are wealthy, and they're often associated with the Catholic structure. So that's why they receive titles in exchange for their allegiance. So those are the jacks, the noble houses. Here you have the queens and the kings. The kings are the ones making the decisions, and the queens are the ones assisting it. So the kings are the royal houses directly, the blue bloods, and the queens are the religious organizations or institutions that empower the blue bloods. And then you have the jacks that are between this and the population. But they are what's called the ruling class. They're the ones enforcing the decisions on society. All the way at the top, you have the two jokers or the two scapegoats. You have the sad joker and the happy joker. I already explained that the sad joker are the playing victims of the community, and the happy jokers are the celebrities. Now, those are the two you see. You see the sad joker because they're being victimized and blamed, but they're often hidden by that same society by putting the happy joker in front of the sad joker. So that people don't put attention to the happy joker instead of the sad joker. Because if you put attention onto the sad joker, you would realize, hold on a minute, what's going on here. But if they put the happy joker in a promoted state next to the sad joker, you would compare the two and realize, you know what? If you just work hard enough and you comply, you will be like this one. So then this one is used to justify harming this one over here. And then between the sacrificial class and the ruling class, you have the commoners. And amongst the commoners, you can divide them in three groups. You have the working class. Those are the people that actually have to work. The aces are you can say, the foreigners or the mercenaries or people that are not really integrated into the community. So they can be placed almost anywhere, and they can be discarded easily. Then you have the twos. Those are the homeless people or the very poor ones, single mom households, single dad households. So they're the ones low at economic bottom. The fives are the ones with a stable job, and they're not poor, but not wealthy either. So they're just in between. So this is the working class, and they are competing with one another. Then you have what you can call the middle class. Those are the ones who, they're not rich because they don't own assets, but they have privileges. So this is the privileged part of the population. Some have jobs, some only have investments, but they can survive without a job for a while because they are connected well socially to those of the upper class. The upper class are those with hundreds of thousands of euros, hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're not millionaires directly, but they have assets and they're able to use assets freely to some extent. And the millionaires, they fall under the jacks. But as I explained before, the millionaire class is a hoax. Well, that's a whole nother subject. But simply said, people that own more than $1 million of each currency exist, obviously, but to be a millionaire and have that lifestyle in this world, you can't have that without being sold out. And often, those people don't even own that much money. So millionaires are people who manage to own a lot of assets and they can use them freely, but in reality, they can't do it because there's so much opposition by the community. So millionaires end up falling under the jacks. So when you look at this, you notice that the scapegoats are at the top. Why did they put the scapegoats at the top? Because this whole thing over here can only remain in existence, it can only function if the scapegoats are there. So the scapegoats are the real ones with power over these people. Why? Because without the sad joker, they can't have a celebrity cult, the happy jokers. So the celebrity cult depends on the sad joker being there. So in fact, it should be like this. Why I put them next to each other? Because this is duality. It's a mind game on the population. It can only work if both of them are in place. So you need to have a guy who, let's say you have a black guy who's discriminated against. He suffers from white supremacy, but he is also blamed for it. Then you have another black individual who's a celebrity, who's a football player or a baseball player or whatever. And people say, you know what? They're both black, but the one here doesn't work hard, the other does. So because this one is sad, people felt that this one is happy. The other way around also. So without the scapegoats, none of this will be able to work. None of this would be a motivation for anyone without these two. And it's these two over here that see reality for what it really is. Those over here may see through all of this, but they're invested in it. People in the working class, they're motivated by surviving. Those in the middle class, they don't want to be like the working class. And those in the upper class know that their position is fragile, so they don't want to be, they don't want to be challenged. And those over here, they keep all of this going by using the violence of the whole against the scapegoat to their advantage. Because the whole, it's the community, violates the scapegoat, and those over here, the sellouts, they take advantage of this violence, and they place the celebrities in place so that this all can continue. So again, those at the top are those who see through it all, and they're closer to the truth and closer to redemption. Those at the bottom also know it, but they're so invested in their delusions. So again, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Now you know what that means. Was it for now? Keep on agreeing with Christ and be at peace.